I'm going to share with you some things to expect to answer in your financial aid application if you haven't started it already. And just to know that there are going to be questions about a variety of things. Some questions will be an overview questions about your employment, your family makeup, your income specifically, questions about your assets such as housing, including primary residence, any additional real estate, your retirement accounts, bank accounts, business ownership, 529s, and other investments. So there will be questions there. You can expect questions on your expenses, including open-ended questions about your expenses, but specifically questions about expenses in regard to housing, student loans, food, clothing, transportation, and healthcare costs. Those are all taken into account in the calculation of financial aid. And as I said, there's an opportunity to list other expenses, out-of-pocket expenses. Those often will include something like summer camps or sports fees, things like that. And then asking about, as I said, other families that live in the household. And a big one that is important is other children in tuition charging schools, because that's really important to know how much a family could afford for our specific school, because you're getting just a portion of the available money for education for all your children. So that's important. And then there's an open-ended question at the end where you're asked to share anything else. And I would really encourage you to fill that out and just provide us with more context so that we know your financial circumstances. An example that often gets brought up is with bonuses and income changing year to year. Where do I reflect that? How do I share that with the financial aid committee? And that open-ended part at the end is a great spot just to say, I made this much this year, but next year I'm not going to. Here's why. Or 2 years ago I didn't. And there would be a chance for us to see that and ask for follow-up documentation or verification of maybe 2 years ago your tax returns, so we can see how your income has fluctuated and take that into account. So it's a nice spot. It's really helpful just to know more about who's living in the house and anything like that. Anything that's impacting your financial picture that hasn't already been asked about in a specific question, great spot to put it. And we really encourage you to give us that context, please. And then there will be a question about how much do you think you can pay toward your child's education? And do you have any outside sources of payment coming, like a family member contributing to your child's tuition? So those are questions you can expect to be asked.